Well, we'll talk about the single in a second. Before that, I wanted to talk about the big news, which is the Queen of Rock and Roll is playing the Albert Hall in 2022.
2022, and you didn't say that right. The Queen of Rock and Roll is playing the Royal Albert Hall.
Aha,
You get the connection.
I got it. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going to happen there?
Well, and for the past 3 years, 3 or 4 years, I've been doing my solo 2 hour shows with an interval. So you actually go on the entire journey with me from the beginning of my career right up to the present day. I do a song at the piano by myself. I send everybody off stage and do a drum solo, do a bass solo, do all your favorite hits, do things from each album coming up to present day. It's my dream show. It's where I can take you through everything. So I love doing it.
Right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the single. Can you give us a little bit of background to that?
Um, I had written some words, and while we were writing for this album during lockdown, I kept trying to find a way into the lyrics I'd written, and I couldn't. I couldn't. So, and it's all about things my mother used to say to me all the time. Susan, you're an angel until your halo slips and it becomes a noose. And I used to remember all this stuff. Anyway, my son had one last track we were doing for the, I know, we were doing for the album. And he said, what do you think of this riff? I said, I like that. Send it to me to my computer. So I came in here with my bass guitar, songbook, listening, trying to find in the songbook something that would fit this track. And it's as if my mother, it's so strange, that lyric fell out of the songbook and landed on the keyboard in front of me. And I went, okay, so this is the song for this track. It's almost like she did it. I know it sounds strange, but that's how it happened. And it just landed there, and there it was, the devil in me. And I went, right, and I started to sing, and it was exactly correct for the track. So that's how that happened. Great riff, and very good lyrics, and everybody's loving it, and the video is just going massive. Everybody's clicking on the video. It's a very good video.
It sounds very similar to how you, I don't know if you remember, I interviewed you for your Christmas single, and you talked about how that came together, which was similar in a way. It was a collaboration between you and your son. It seems to be there's like a little magic there.
Yeah. There is, writing is magical anyway, but sometimes you get these very unusual things happening, like that one, that the last track, and boom, and I was upset because I couldn't find music to go with it. I really liked the idea of the song, and there it was. And yeah, the Christmas one happened. That's nuts. That doesn't happen, where you hear a track, and you walk out there and you just sing, and it's right. That doesn't always happen. Like I said, you always get magical moments, but I get when I'm doing a lyric, I get actually exhausted because I'm digging down deep, 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 and but I don't know how other artists work, but I'm digging, and it's here, and it's here, and you're going, and then it goes, boom, and you go, whew, and it comes out. It's quite a process, writing, quite a magical process. I love it.
Right. Let me just mention one other thing I noticed you're doing, which is an online masterclass.
Well, I'm doing a master class that's a Zoom, March 28th. I did one before. That's just people buy in and they can talk to you and meet you and all that. But I did do, during lockdown, the first lockdown of March, April, and May, I did 50 Suzi Quatro bass lines where I played along with some of my songs. And that was very, very, very popular. And I also did some Sunday specials where I stripped the song back and played it at piano and sung it. So I might start those up again. Everybody loved those. That was a lot of work. You don't get paid for this stuff. I just wanted to share it. But I had to go back and relearn songs that I hadn't played since 1973. But yeah, that I'm doing another master class on the 28th. Yeah, and I'm giving the money to a charity, to a hospital charity. They want to pay you, and I said, make it count.
And all these things we've been talking about, I think people can find out about at suziquatro.com. Is that right?
www.suziquatro.com. I have Suzi Quatro Wheel on Instagram. I have private Facebook page and official Facebook page. I'm all over the place. Twitter. Everywhere you want to go, you can find me.
All right. Now, I was listening to what you said about lyrics just then and how you dig deep for it. And I happened to catch, I can't quite remember exactly what it was, but you were doing some poetry online. Had a listen to a couple of the poems that you did. What touched my heart was the fact that I could tell that you really felt what you were saying. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's kind of what everybody says. Yeah, that's me. I don't write fiction, and I do write from deep. I just do. That's the way I'm made. And when I'm writing a poem, it comes from my heart. Somebody and I've been doing poetry since a little girl, and I finally got the book out. I'm very, very proud of it. I'll show you the cover. I got. I'm just working on my third coffee table book now. This one is the poetry book, Through My Eyes.
Wow.
Beautiful. So I'm really proud of this. It's just got some beautiful poems in it. And this one I did during lockdown, which is Through My Words, which is my lyric book. And they're illustrated. And in the poetry book and this one, I kind of give you my mindset. So you get a little almost backstory of why it was written, you know. But yeah, I'm an emotional girl. I usually do write always from emotions. Look at my heart and soul. God, you couldn't get more emotional than that, could you? It goes deep down. And a lot of people are picking up. I don't know if you've heard the album. Have you heard the album yet?
I haven't. I've just heard the single.
Have you heard the album yet?
No, just a single.
Okay. Okay. So I won't talk about it then, but yes. In fact, I've just written run for the next album called Oh Mama.
Uh-huh.
And that's something. That came from deep. Yeah. She remains big in my life.
Last time we spoke, we were talking a little bit about astrology and when things in life synchronize. And I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about the types of things that interest you in that area and what, besides astrology, which I think most people know a little bit about, are there other things like that, little bit off the beaten track that you're interested in as well?
You mean like numerology and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
not really.
Spirituality.
Yeah, I'm not really into that.
What is
it? I'm very much into astrology because when I was quite young, about 10, I could never figure out, and I'm a real people person. I'm a communicator, so I'm always talking and, discussing in conversations and working out what makes people tick. That's just the way I'm wired. And I used to always wonder why everybody else seemed to find this even coastline in life, coast. And I never could never find that even. So my dad bought me a big astrology book and I looked up Gemini and I went, oh, this is why I got interested, because it was exactly me. I read the book and I read about me. So of course it's going to make me interested. I am very much into spiritual things. I'm very psychic myself, and I just have that since a little girl. Yeah, I believe in reincarnation. I believe we all come back. Otherwise, to me, life doesn't make any sense. That you're here and gone? No, doesn't make any sense.
Tell us more.
I'm quite wide range. I was raised a Catholic. My mother was very strict, but I'm told that my wide range thinking is more Buddhist. I'm not a Buddhist. I was raised Catholic, but when you travel as much as I do, and you meet as many people as I do, and you delve into different subjects, and people throw their opinions at you, and you can't possibly be like this. It's got to be. You got to see the universe for what it is. It's a big place out there, and everything you need is what I learned through my life. Is everything you need is right here, right here.
There's a school of thought that says that if you call yourself a Buddhist, you're not a Buddhist.
Well, I didn't call myself one.
No, I'm
That's correct. I agree with that. So I said, people have said to me, I don't call myself that.
Are there very practical applications in your everyday life to, let's call it psychic, other people call it something else, but those types of things, are there practical applications that occur on a daily or weekly basis where you can use that so that your regular, not that you have a regular job, but your regular life flows more smoothly, that type of thing?
I have found right through my life that I have incredible instincts, and I can read a person within 5 minutes of meeting them, and I just kind of know about them. Um, and I do a lot of discussions with people. If people come to me all the time for advice, I think I would make a really good life coach, as corny as that sounds. I just think I would. I have the ability to read the person, what they're saying beyond the face, because, people are giving it this, but I go into the eyes and I see what they're really talking about. And I have a good advice. I give good advice because it comes from deep down. So yeah, I'm very, very sensitive. Shouldn't be, but I am. My father once said to me, sitting in the kitchen, and he was visiting, I was in my 30s, and he said something that upset me. And I told him so, and he said, "God damn it, Susie, you're going to have to toughen up." And I looked at him and I said, "How?" End of discussion. Because you can't be who you're not. You can't. And if I were to somehow, I don't know, close these wonderfully artistic, sensitive channels off, I wouldn't be the artist I am. So really, I'd rather take the pain of being easily hurt and remain the person I am, And that's yeah. So I go deep into all this stuff. I do armchair psychology.
But that's almost the opposite to your, or at least it was, to your stage image. And I mean, the latest single is like sort of fairly heavy rock.
But that is done inside of me, I mean, I go on that stage and that's what happens. It's very organic. Put on the suit, stick the bass guitar on, and I'm gone. I'm gone. I enjoy every second out there. I don't need the money. I don't go on the road because I need the money. I go on the road because I need that part. I love entertaining the audience. Yes, I do. I was born to entertain and communicate and create. That's why whoever he is, put me here.